What's up everyone, Jonathan here from my French-Canadian studio. Hopefully everybody's going well. I'm going fantastic. Another week of production has been done for Dementophobia. And yeah, the second devlog. Hopefully you enjoyed the last one. So basically this week was a bit of a shorter production week for when it comes to the game, because I was sick at the beginning of the weekend. It was Halloween, so I had a lot of prepping to do for the kids and all that, and trick-or-treating. But this week I got a lot of work done, pretty much getting the doors pretty much the way I wanted them. You'll see I'm working on the hinge right now, trying to get the perfect holes there, right down to the most minuscule detail people won't even see probably in the game, which is the little screw heads that come out of the hinges and the pin and all that. Nobody will ever look at that, but for me, one thing I enjoy a lot about building video games or building assets in general is 3D modeling. So I like to test myself and try to make as many details as I can. Pretty simplistic, but it is like practicing, like cutting up meshes and stuff like that, if you know anything about that. But yeah, so I worked on that for a good part of the video. Is going to be me working on the door. Pretty much I do the hinge in this video, and I did pretty much door this week. Yeah, the hinges finished sort of. I think I finished the handle. I don't know if I filmed that part. I did the latch bolts, and then I did the door transition at the bottom there, and then I just multiplied the door all over the level, pretty much using the same door, because usually in a facility, doors are usually all matched. And as we progress, I also worked on getting some of the features in the machine shop back. Get some of the rivets done in the wall, because I forgot that the first time I did it, so you'll definitely see that. And also at the end, I did record a lot more, but unfortunately while I was recording during the week, one of the days I had a couple of hours to play, my PC crashed, and usually when OBS, when the PC crashes, just corrupts the file, and I don't have the time to try to save it. So, but you'll see a little about a 1 minute fly through of what I've worked on this week. So basically I did a lot of texturing, because this pretty much that's a lot what I have left right now is texturing, because I'm not going to build everything in this like room assembly. Basically it's just going to be like pretty much just building the general outline, so I can put it in Unity and then just do a walkthrough, make sure everything looks nice and all that. Then I'll start individually building all the 3D models of all the objects I want in the world, and go from there. So right now I'm just getting the texture patterns nice, the coloring nice, and you'll see later in the video where I try my hand at building my own textures, which is it's a process in itself. It's a hard thing to learn, especially like most of these softwares you have to pay for it. The one I have, it's in beta, so it's free for a year or something like that. I take existing textures that I've used in the past and just blend them together. That's why it's called. I'm using Quixel Mixer. And you'll see the texture I create is not too bad. I do two different ones, well actually three, but I do two that are one with two variations, which is a tile for the bathrooms. I do like a blue and a pink. I try to do broken tiles, you'll see a bit later there after the door sequence. And you'll see I work on that a bit, try to get my hands, because it's one thing that fascinates me about the 3D modeling is the texturing, because really the texturing in the game what sells the realism. And if you have a bad texture, you'll see it right away and it won't be as realistic. That's what I see a lot of people don't take the time to do, is they just put a random color on the wall and it looks nice. That, and also one of the biggest giveaways that the modeling is not done properly, from my experience, is the dimensions. So when you're playing the game, if it looks like you have about 2 car wides of a hallway, it sort of breaks the immersion. So that's why you see, like, when I'm modeling in the videos, I usually take my time. I try to find real. You saw a bit there at the beginning where I take realistic dimensions of a hinge, what it is, the bolt size and all that. So to make it as close as realistic as possible before I copy the door and make it all the same everywhere. So it makes it look as nice as possible. I also do back to the texturing. I also do a sort of the metal paint texturing. When you see like through the metal, you'll see there a bit of texture. Looks like it has like small metal pitting and bumps from the paint, like paint bubbles and stuff like that. So I tried to replicate that. It's not the best, but for what I was trying to do, I think I'm happy with what the result I got for what I'm doing. I'll definitely need a lot more practice in that software to make awesome material. what I do enjoy in that mixer software is that it allows you to create tiles without actually necessarily getting a tile picture to make it work out. You can actually do different tiling. And what's nice too is you see when I'm going to get to the when I get towards the end of making the tiles, I'll actually do like tiles that are missing, and then I create sort of grout lines, like not grout lines, but like the glue lines under them, like lines that are broken and all that, because the tile was ripping stuff and things. So that's a nice thing I enjoyed working on. And then to fly through, one thing I did towards the end of the week, and to some of it today, I created sort of a cement block around, because I work in a machine shop right now. So I took a look around and say, what can I make this more realistic? So I added a garage bay door and another door in the shop, which was something I already going to do to the outside. We'll see if we're going to use it in game. I'm not sure yet. I'm not there figuring all the puzzle for that part. But there will be machines. There will be a puzzle already figured out I'm going to do for that part. But yeah, I did do a lot of cleaning up on the mesh of the corrugated metal on the inside of the shop, because it was very much it was lagging the game my blender so much. And when I was trying to render the screenshot I usually release once a week, I was not able to render like a nice screenshot, so I had to fix the mesh, bring down I think one of the panels there had like 170,000 meshes for some faces, and I brought it down to 75 because I subdivided it too much. So if you understand dev talk here, you'll understand what that is. But just to make it cleaner, make it so it renders easier, and it's going to be easier on the game in the long run. So that's one thing too. Once I get there, I'm going to have to figure out a way to make the game like process a lot better, because the little level for the Dementophobia Prologue was pretty easy. There wasn't much in the room. But this one I'm going to have to take that into consideration while I'm building the room. And also one thing I did redo sort of the outside. When at the beginning you saw the process of me building, is I was just had the modules pretty much I was moving around, and on the outside when I was trying to put the texturing, it would have took me forever to try to line up all the texture on the outside. So I just deleted all the outside wall and extruded from my machine shop wall all the way around the entire facility. For the first level. So once I get to this, if there's going to be a second level, I might just take the first level and extrude it upwards. That might just work for what I want to do. We'll see how that works once we get there. There might be like a bar division to cut it. There might be a division in the middle, to like a cement division or something, like to sort of make a separation, make it a bit more realistic. But hopefully, you guys enjoy the little fly through there. You're probably seeing close to the end. Where I just show you everything I worked on, all the texturing I did, all the molding I did, and hopefully this week I'll be a bit closer to finishing the level, the general layout of the level itself. I gotta still get the staircase I'll probably work on this week, and some other things. There's going to be keypads I'm going to work on, which I'm still trying to figure out how I'm going to make those work. It's probably going to be more of a key card reader, because at first I wanted to do keys, but I'm like, I might do more of a key card reader thing, probably easier to program, and it probably looks a bit nicer. And yeah, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this little devlog. Sorry I sound a bit tired, or it's been a long week at work, so I got a lot of work to do, and I got a party tomorrow, so we're going to be relaxing a bit. Tomorrow I'll probably do a bit more programming during the day if I have a chance. But if not, thank you so much for watching. Keep your eye on Twitter. I usually post everything all week. And of course, you want to become, if you're watching this on Patreon, thank you so much for watching. If you're watching this when it releases on YouTube a week later than Patreon, definitely go support there on Patreon. Would really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Go follow me everywhere, MeTime Gamer. Go follow me everywhere. Sorry, I'm so used to doing videos on YouTube. Go follow me everywhere. A French Canadian Studio, FRCan Studios on Twitter, and A French Canadian Studios everywhere else. So thanks. Hopefully you enjoyed this day vlog. I will see you in the next one. Keep on keeping on.